countries, or Biden bucks, will be. You see, just about a year ago, on March 9th, 2022, Biden signed into law Executive Order 14067. Now, the language in Section 4 makes Order 14067 probably the most treacherous act by a sitting president in the history of our republic, because Section 4 sets the stage for legal government surveillance of all U.S. citizens, total control over your bank accounts and purchases, and the ability to silence all dissenting voices for good. You see, physical dollars, or cash, is a big problem for governments around the world, and that's because cash is untraceable and anonymous. When you buy something with cash, there's no way to trace the purchase to you individually. In that sense, cash is like gold or silver. It doesn't leave a digital fingerprint. But to control you, they need to track you. And they cannot do that when you spend physical cash. That's why soon, Jim and I believe cash will be completely confiscated or banned, or simply will be worthless paper. Jim and I believe the cash currency we have now will be replaced with a new programmable digital token. And don't forget, the government has a history of banning money. Back in the 1930s, the government banned individual ownership of gold. Overnight, they made it illegal to own gold. If you did own gold, you had to turn it back over to the government. And soon, I believe they'll ban cash, just as they did almost 100 years ago with gold. The new digital currency they introduced will allow for total control over all American citizens, which is exactly what Biden and his power-hungry puppet masters want, because every digital dollar will be programmed by the government. And that means they will be able to turn on or off your money at will. All of your money will be locked in the banking system. If you don't want to spend your money, the government can punish you by imposing negative rates. The government doesn't want you saving your money. It wants you spending your money to goose up the economy and all the economic figures. Biden bucks will also allow for account freezes, tax withholding, and outright confiscation in some cases. After all, this is a government-approved digital wallet without any access to physical cash as you now know it. Not only that, but they'll be able to track and record every purchase you make. Now, this is very different from online banking, and it has nothing to do with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Are you creeped out yet? Well, you should be, because the digital dollar means Democrats would be able to punish any contribution, purchase, or even social media comment that they don't like. And as we'll cover in just a moment, U.S. trials are already well underway, and we expect major news as early as March 15th. It's not just happening in America either. China and Russia have already launched pilot programs for their own digital currencies. In fact, more than half the countries in the world, almost 90% of central banks, are testing or exploring a digital currency right now. Let's pull up this map for a moment. As you can see, any country in green, purple, and tan is in the stages of rolling out a programmable digital money program right now. In the past 3 years, for example, central bank digital currency projects worldwide have increased from 35 to 114 countries. That's roughly a 400% increase in these central bank digital currencies. So the bottom line is the wheels are in motion to ban physical cash and mandate new digital dollars around the world. There's no stopping it. And when it's here, you'll lose total control of your wealth forever. For example, Biden bucks could be programmed to allow only certain kinds of purchases. Imagine for a second what this new world could look like. They can force you to buy an electric vehicle. They can force you to get vaccinated. They could force you into solar. They can force you to use less water or heat. They could force you to eat fake plant-based meat. They could control where you're allowed to travel. They can stop you purchasing certain items like guns, ammo, survival supplies. They can control which candidates you're allowed to donate to. And they'll know every single place you ever spend money forever. America would become a surveillance state like China or North Korea. Every single aspect of your life could be controlled because they'll control your money. And it gets worse too. Say the wrong thing on social media, buy the wrong thing, subscribe to the wrong news channel, give money to the wrong candidate, and suddenly your Biden bucks are frozen or disappearing from your account. Could this really happen here in the United States of America? Well, remember,